window to it all. Go now, go now, go now. I want you to.
Yeah, there's too many man, too many man, too many man, too many man, too many man. 100 eaters, it won't fit in one SUV. No. SOS. Somebody rescue me. I got too many, and I got.
Y'all got me watching.
All right.
It's been too long a day at work to be watching this shit right now. What the fuck going on?
Yeah, but I think we're all a little bit older. I think they had the timeline wrong. I mean, they were sagging like that. It didn't start until 23.
No, it didn't.
Nah,
start
hell
in
no.
2023.
Yeah, so
like that.
they young boys. They don't know.
But
You know, I mean, they was doing that sagging. What would y'all say? At least in the night, like 90s.
90s is when that shit started.
Yeah,
Like
they young
Tupac,
boys. They don't know.
the Tupac era and shit.
Yeah, yes, but I understand the premise. I understand the premise. I understand the premise of what we saying as far as that. Them young boys, they don't know what they talk about. But go ahead, Trey. What's this one talking about?
I was having a good discussion with one of my guys, right? And within it, like he's in management now, and he was talking about like you can't really tell a grown man what to do, but he didn't appreciate or like the appearance that he was sagging. And then he made a quick comment that sagging is black culture. And I said, no, it's not. In my opinion, well, my knowledge is no. Is sagging is not black culture. That's the first question I have for y'all. Do y'all think that sagging is black culture?
No. It's jail culture. It's not black culture. That's my quick answer. Do you want me to elaborate or?
No, I was waiting on G.
I'm always willing to be educated on it, but I always thought it was black culture. I'm always here to listen.
All right. So yes, sagging is not black culture. Sagging is just another one of those things that black people have made trendy. So just because we can make anything move, and that's why they use us for most marketing, we can make anything pop. We can make anything trend. We can make anything look cool. But sagging is not black culture. Sagging, as you said, Keith, is prison culture. That started in jail. When you say jail punks or jail booty, whatever, sagging was a sign that showed that you were available for that type of activity in jail. Because I mean, in jail is one gender. You know what I'm saying? Y'all all the same. So at some point, guys still want to do some things, you know. So it's not a black thing. It's a prison culture. How it came out to the masses, I have my own opinion. I have my own theory. But what do y'all? This the topic here is sagging. We already disclaimed that sagging is not black culture. But why do you think in 2024 so many people, like, I feel like it's escalated, like so many people are sagging now?
I don't know. It's hard for me to answer that because the environments I hang around in now, I don't see a lot of that. Like even, I'm not gonna say I don't see none of it, but in most environments I'm in personally, I don't see a lot of sagging. But I don't know. It's not like it skipped a generation, just got to these youngins. You know, our generation was heavily influenced by, I guess you want to say, the Trojan horse was kind of hip hop. I think the first time I remember seeing sagging was around the Tupac era of hip hop. Maybe NWA before him, but I don't really recall seeing them, you know, glorifying sagging. But definitely around the Tupac's time in hip hop. I'm sorry, Trey. What was the question?
Just give me your opinion on sagging, and how do you think it's
See,
still so popular in
see,
2024?
see, I think with us, right? Don't get me wrong. Within our classes and our grades and whatnot, when we were coming up in grade school, we all had some kids that were a little rougher around the edges than others. I
Hmm.
mean, fashion back then, everything was baggy on you. You know,
Yeah,
I remember I've never been a a a big
big
dude,
sagger.
but I used to wear jeans that were like 36-inch waist when I'm a 32, right? But back then we used to wear like basketball shorts and shit under our shit. So if we wanted to
Hmm.
change out and hoop out to school, we can do that. And if our it's just like if your pants happen to fall down a little bit, it's like you ain't showing your underwear. You got basketball shorts on, so you were kind of a little more appropriate than just showing your drawers off. Um, but I'm not gonna pretend like you didn't have, like I said, those few people that was just ignorant with it. I mean, they had all their business out there. They ain't leave nothing to the imagination. I don't know.
Hmm.
Uh, but I think with us it was more so the fashion of having saggier, baggier clothes. We wore bigger clothes back then in high school, but it wasn't to like show our ass off. It was just a kind of a product of wearing baggier clothes.
Hmm. What's your take on sagging, G?
Um, there's always a way. See, I like to. Sometimes I like to have these conversations, but I want to make sure these conversations are like I would say, open minded, and I like to try to look at things on every single angle and not try to stay on one side. So that's why I come off as maybe like I'm asking, like I'm trying to belittle or trying to be nitpicky, but honestly, on some things I don't know, so I'll ask questions and I try to understand the real truth to it. So, with that being said, I try to understand and try to see angles where it'll be like maybe it could be propaganda, or it may be when it comes to sagging, like it's a trend or something like that, or maybe
Mhm.
they say that, like I said, some people agree with you, Trey, and say that there'll be maybe a trend that Black people say that we should do. But I'm trying to figure out on which side is it. Is it because it came from jail is the reason why we do it, or it's a propaganda because Black people they magically put Black people and told them to sag, and now it's like being showed to us, or is it something that Black people just like to do, and there's masses of it, so they have no choice but to show it. So that's why I try to decipher between, is it really propaganda or is it just something that just Black people like to do?
Okay,
Or
I
did
love.
or did like did one
Are
Black people see white people do it and then we did it? Is there evidence to show that? So I'm trying to figure
are,
out. I'm trying
are
to
you
understand it. So that, I'm just get it out of the way. I'm trying to. I'm being 100%. I just want answers. I'm trying to understand y'all's views on it without coming off like I'm trying to be assholeish. I really want to know why you think that way, because it doesn't. When I hear y'all say that, it doesn't make sense to me. It just doesn't make sense to me. So
What
maybe y'all
doesn't
can
make
break it
sense?
down. Like
that
y'all
it's
say
not
it's
black
like
culture?
it's like, yeah, how is it not Black culture when most Black people do it,
Hmm.
or why is it not Black culture when you say it's like propaganda? When I hear propaganda, maybe I'll give you the definition on it. Propaganda is trying to put something in our face that is not really done in real life. Maybe that's propaganda. That's my take on what propaganda is. But as me being a middle-aged man in my middle 30s, I've only seen, not only, I want to say only because they other cultures do sag, but the primarily people that sag are Black people. So when I see that in my life, and if I'm wrong, I mean I can't go off of me because y'all have eyes too. Everybody has eyes. I'm saying from my lens, I've seen mostly Black people do it. So if I see that, how is it propaganda when I see it on TV if I actually see it in life? So that's what I'm trying to see it. So is
Hmm.
that propaganda? Is they're trying to tell me something that's not true, or is propaganda is like they're trying to tell me something that I don't see? That's what I'm trying to figure out. I'm being honest. That's what I'm trying to figure out what you mean.
I got you. So here's my take on it, and and see if I can align these pieces for you. Um, okay, so if sagging is prison culture, right, and we all know, I know a lot of people don't believe it's systemic racism, but it's already been shown back in the late '80s, early '90s, when cocaine, crack, all of that stuff was introduced, and all these things that was introduced were plays to get more black people to separate the black household, right? This was when these things were deliberate, which is propaganda, is deliberate, basically rumor, widespread to control or alter or form a narrative about a certain group or a certain thing, right? So then you go into the prison. You got most black people are the ones that was in prison for whichever reason, whether they did it or not, whether it was justice or not. Black people was the majority who were in prison. Then this is the prison culture of sagging. Once you've done something for years, now you come outside, you're continuing the habit. Now it's more of your own people who are seeing this. And here's the thing, most of the people I know, including myself, because I sagged for that 2000s era, I used to sag pants too. And same thing, like you said, Keith, so usually I had the shorts underneath and stuff. I wasn't comfortable with showing my ass, but I was also, I would show my ass off, but I wasn't showing my ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was more so like a mental thing. The imagery behind sagging, when I started paying attention to it and when I started doing it, and a lot of people get into this habit, was the impression that you don't care, that I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? That I'm waiting for somebody. Remember that all of the stuff that we talked about wanting to be heard, everybody needs to be understood, and all of that stuff. You start to create your own environment where, like, you're gonna be challenged. So that's a simple thing. Like somebody tell you pull your pants up, or we used to play the joke, like your pants that loose, you could just whoop like that. And it was something that an easy trigger to fight off of and stuff like that. It basically gave off that impression, right? But then, like I said, those, even if tumultuous, those were reasonings, right? And it was things that was being seen. That was back then, but that habit just kept on to the point now there is no point, there is no story behind it, there is no reasoning. Even if it wasn't good reasoning back then, at least there was some reasoning. Now it's just what you've seen, even like most of the adult men around, where you've seen sagging occur, the adult men are doing it. So how can we tell the kids not to do it if the adult men are doing it? You know what I'm saying? And it just like continued. And I got a list of different reasons people do it, but that's the main thing is the mentality that it goes into, of that impression of I don't care. You're trying to show that you go hard. You're trying to show that
That you tough.
that you're a tough guy. You're trying to be the tough guy. You know what I'm saying? And by the way, I don't like this on women either. Y'all remember lowrider dreams? They used to show the top of the butt crack and stuff like that. I'm not a fan of those. Not a fan of like when women sag. Like, I'm just not a fan of sagging. Period. Like, either have some pants on or off. And I don't want to see man ass. It's to the point where I seen the cuffs on these niggas, bro. I don't want to see cuffs. But yes,
Okay.
if that elaborates.
No, all right. All right, everything you said, I digested. So when you said that, you gave all the reasons. I heard all the reasons why, and I agree with all them reasons. Maybe it did. I'm not saying it didn't start in jail. It probably did. They wanted to show, of course, they
Mm-hmm.
available and all that. I understand all that. They and they came out, and most black people they adopted it. They kept on going. That me hearing that is two things. When I hear that, you're correct 100% on why they doing that. So with you saying why they doing it and got it from there, number one, when I hear that, then it means it is not propaganda. That means it's actually being done. So the propaganda thing, that's out the way. That means actually being done. And two, my question is, are black people as a whole, when they were doing it, why are they not smart enough not to do that if they know that's what that means? Are they not that? Are some black people they not that? If they see it, they don't stop it. Is it because they're not that have common sense enough not to do it, or is it like I'm not trying to figure because I never sagged before. That's what I'm trying to understand. I'm being 100%. Are they doing it because they don't have self esteem, or they don't have character, or they just did it because everybody else is doing it? That kind of means it's not character. I don't know. So why they keep it going? Why they keep it going? You think?
At this
I think a lot of kids don't know what it means. Truly,
Yeah.
I didn't know what it meant in high school. I didn't know that shit till later on in life. And like I said, not that I was going around trying to sag, but I just thought kids were trying to be cool and shit. I didn't know it was like jail culture related and whatnot.
Right.
If you don't know that it was cool and you were trying to is it safe to say maybe that some people that try to be like other people and try to do it like other people, is say you lack a little bit of character and not know yourself?
No, I don't think that this.
Can I say one more thing, Trey? I think where the propaganda comes in once again is when you put it in when kids look at hip hop and they see niggas sagging and shit, and they, like I said, they don't know yet what it means. Like, and that's where the propaganda could come in. It's like, all right, publicizing it on public figures like our hip hop. That's a great way to that our youth are influenced through rap and whatnot. And then they just do it because such and such doing it, so this how I'm rocking it because this what must be cool, not knowing the meaning behind it. And that's where the propaganda could come in. The rapper knows where the rapper probably knows.
What is I'm gonna look up while y'all talking.
Propaganda. I got it right here.
Propaganda. What does that mean?
Information, especially of a biased or misleading nature, used to promote or publicize a particular political cause or point of view.
Boom.
So it's a say it again because that was a lot of words.
Information, especially of a biased or misleading nature, used to promote or publicize a particular political cause or point of view. So, by this definition, I'm saying propaganda is they are misleading to you by making you think, oh, sagging your pants is hard, but really you're kind of emulating the jail culture of, hey, I'm available for ass or whatever.
No, read that definition. No, that's not the definition.
Yes. Hey, that's why I got it right here. I'll be reading.
Maybe I read wrong. It said what I heard was misinformation. Misinformation means it is not
misleading.
Misleading
information.
It starts off. Let me read it one more time. Information, especially of a biased or misleading nature, used to promote or publicize a particular political cause or point of view. So it's information that is either biased or misleading. And what I'm trying to tell you,
it's not propaganda if it's happening. It's not misleading anymore.
No,
it's deliberate. It was deliberate. Now,
that's the whole lot. Y'all can't get past it because y'all not making y'all honestly not making no sense. Because it said the definition says
you tired, bro. I understand. So
no, you can't. No, I'm being honest. You got to be honest too, man. You can't move on a subject and think that you're correct when you haven't proved that you're correct. That's not being a gentleman. I'm just letting you know it's not being a gentleman. That's not being fair to the conversation. So we have to respect each other.
Excuse me.
So that's not. You can't just move.
Respect is there. Respect is there. Just because you don't understand it, doesn't mean it ain't been understood.
Like you see me talking, you say anyway. That's not respect.
No,
you see me talking, you say anyway. Keep on going. How was that respectful towards me?
Let me.
I'm just asking. I don't do that to you. I don't say anyway. Keep on going. I wouldn't do that to you. I don't want to disrespect you that way. But you feel the need to do that to me, and I don't think that's correct. Am I wrong?
You never said.
I'm just asking. If I'm wrong, then I apologize. If you think that I'm wrong on that one.
You never stated that. We could talk behind the scenes on respect, and that's an episode that I want to bring to bring to the masses anyway. So, okay,
Okay.
we've explained, like how it was propaganda. In this day and age, my opinion is I don't think there's enough people who sees it as a negative thing. It's not something that they think about. It's not like you list out, a list of problems or priorities, and sagging is not going to come up on that list. You still can get a job sagging. Most of the people that are sagging that I have an issue with, that I see that's not presentable, are in some type of uniform, regardless of construction or like
Fast food.
delivery, fast food, whatever, customer service, whatever. Like all these guys that start their own car washes, their whole, I'm talking about whole ass, it ain't even draws no more. It's cheek is out, crack is out.
I don't know nothing about that. I don't know
I
that property.
do. I ride past it every day. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, yo, like y'all, you still getting business with this. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think it's a big enough issue to people, to the masses mentality for them to even think about it, to be discerning on whether or not I should be doing this. All right.
To
I mean,
answer,
I mean, I agree with that point. I do agree with that point. I'm not saying that the masses do it. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that people don't realize what they're doing. I can see that. I believe the reason why maybe they maybe lack some type of character or somebody didn't teach them. I'm not saying that at all. I'm not saying that a bad thing. I say it's we shouldn't be doing it at all, and we should be keep on doing it generation after generation. I think it's horrible, 100%. But I honestly don't see it as a part where we're trying to blame it on somebody else. I think it's like some type of reason or it's like a propaganda type of thing. I just think that we see if it's wrong, we all know that it's wrong, and we usually just say y'all need to stop doing it. Nobody else is forcing you, but
and
you doing it. That's
you
what
you
I'm
you got a point there, G. Before you go, Trey, like write down your thought or whatever. Let me break this down. The propaganda is not is no longer propaganda today. Like far as sagging pants or whatnot, it started out as propaganda in the '90s. Like from my point of view, in hip hop, like that's where the propaganda started. You're right. The part of the problem is not too many of us that know what it means are telling the youth or people even of our age. I mean, what you could tell a motherfucker our age like to stop sagging his pants? Like he's already kind of in a prison like mindset. This is what I've been doing for years. This is what I'm gonna do. We could do a better job of going to our youth, but like I said, if their fathers and their bit older homies are doing it and they're just following them, like Trey said, like that's like a point of contention. Like if I tell a young little young nigga on the street, hey, stop sagging your pants, that you giving up ass, he might pull out a blicky on me right there, like feel like he disrespected. So I don't, I'm not gonna say it's not our place to educate the youth on it, but it's kind of a like
It's communication. And
yeah, they can hear this podcast and learn about it, but I ain't gonna be going. I ain't be
You
going.
gotta give yourself. You got a mic, man. It is. I disagree. You was right until you said you in your space to say it. Yeah, you can say it. You can say it
no,
on this
he
mic right
talking
now.
about he talking
You ain't
about
gonna
in
keep doing
person.
it.
He
Nah,
talking about
I
in
can say
person.
right now. Look, y'all little niggas stop sagging. Look,
Yeah, there you go. What you mean? You were able to
look,
say it,
I
man.
can
What
say it
you
on
mean?
here, but I ain't gonna go out here
They go
on
in
Whole
the
Street.
circle of
I ain't gonna go to the McDonald's
Oh,
on
you
Whole
talk
Street
about
right
just
here.
walking up to somebody in Northside. Stop doing it. Yeah, I advise you
yeah.
not to do
Like,
the
hey,
wrong thing. I
excuse me,
advise you to do
excuse me,
that.
young brother.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna go brother G on them on the street. Like, excuse me, young brother. You know what you doing by sagging your pants?
Yeah, I
My
advise
brother.
you not to do that. Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
think that's a
that's
good
all.
idea.
That's all I'm saying. That's
Oh,
all
I
I'm
thought you meant
saying.
on his mic. Oh yeah, you can say it 100 times on here. Oh
Yeah,
yeah. Oh
yeah.
yeah.
Though
Okay.
I
All
have
right.
done
I
that.
understand you. Yeah, you right on that. You right. You right 100% on that. You right. We need to I think yeah, the kids they don't know where it comes from. They don't. They don't know where it comes from, and they just having just their butt is just getting a lot of AC. Just butt AC. That's what it's getting, and they don't understand. They don't understand it. I always thought it was kind of weird. I never understood it. My main thing, not of the look, honestly. I think that not saying I tried it, but I always looked at it was like, don't you get annoyed keep picking it up all the time?
That
It's like,
part.
isn't it annoying? Like you keep walking, you pick it up. Walking, just keep picking it up. Isn't it annoying? Just leave it up. That's what I thought. I thought it would be annoying all the time. That's why I didn't think it was cool. I
That
ain't got
part.
time for that throughout the day. I ain't keep picking my pants up all day. So nah.
Now, another, I told you I had a list of reasons. Another reason that somebody would sag is being on hard times. I've been that person that had to wear hand me downs and literally like 6 sizes larger. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I really got to wear these. And that's in my youth where I didn't have, the finances to go purchase my own clothing at the time. Had to do what you had to do. Now, yeah, those were sag, but I still would wear a belt. At this point, you wearing a belt with the joint sagging. You know what I'm saying? I don't like you waddling when you walk. You got that penguin walk. I don't like that. Um, and you shouldn't like it either. It's very uncomfortable. And I remember myself, when I decided not to sag anymore, a deliberate decision not to sag anymore. And like it really fixed my posture. Like, surprise, surprise, I can stand up straight. I can just walk. I can run. I'm more ready for whatever situation may arise. Like, I look at the guys like I usually think about fighting scenarios. That's usually where things go. I think about a fighting scenario is like, you're more ready. You don't have to get ready. You're already prepared for whatever may happen. You put one and one together to fight, and one's sagging and one's not. While he's pulling up his pants, he getting punched. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mhm.
you're already off, man. Another reason, and I know that this might be a small reason, but it hasn't been to me because of consumer culture. The more heavyset guys trying to wear certain brands that don't sell certain sizes, so they'll get the smaller sizes. This is men and women I've seen do this. They'll get smaller sizes trying to make it work, and
It ain't
you
working.
don't. It
It
ain't
don't work.
working. It ain't on your waist. If you can't button that button, then it don't fit.
And you know how some of the old heads, like some of the if it's a heavy set old head dude, he just this just his I don't think he trying to sag, but he just don't feel that breeze back there because it'd be like a half moon back there. I'm like, God damn, bro, like
I mean, you got the positions. I mean, you look at the plumber, the plumber's crack. They
exactly.
always out. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? You got the mechanic every time. Like, mechanics be ass up. You know what I mean? Like, chill. Like, you couldn't get in a different position to check under the car. Like, yo. But yeah, you got certain things like that where all of this across the board is like, yo, nah, we ain't got to be like this, guys. So yes, y'all got anything else to say on sagging before we close it out?
No, just
Nah,
I understood where G was coming from,
Yeah,
far as saying like how is it not the culture because I mean we around our culture. I don't be around. You got your trailer park white people that or that one white dude in school that got the
yeah.
Caesar better than any black dude in the class, like in the
hmm
waves.
I call him John B.
John B. Yeah,
hmm
you got those, but yeah, for the majority part, we see our people doing it. So I understand where G was coming from, and saying no way there was propaganda involved. But once again, I say it started as propaganda, and now it's just been it's done its job. The propaganda did its
right,
job. It's just
right,
spread like a disease now, and it's like perpetuated by one people stuck in that way in that lifestyle, and then two the people behind them not knowing and us not educating them properly on why that shouldn't be a thing in our
right,
culture. So
right. Love it, love it. Yes, please stop sagging, young men. It is not presentable. You are losing opportunities by the way you present yourself. All of us here, entrepreneurs, are entrepreneurial minded. I think we all would agree that if you're constantly sagging, You're not a candidate that we're looking to hire. I don't want you representing my business the way that the way that looks. I don't want to represent my business. So I think we all agree in that because we're pretty much sound men, and all of us are presentable. Like, just it don't matter if it's joggers. It don't matter what you're wearing. Wear it. Wear it all the way. You don't need to have your butt out.
And stop buying jeans that's like 4 inches too short and like 2 waist sizes too big. Like that'd be the crazy ones, bro.
Mhm.
Like
Them Jones stuck on them ankles.
bro. Nasty. It's nasty work, bro. I don't know.
Yeah, we got some work to do. Much love. You know what I'm saying? Much love to all the fellas. Thank you, G, for being honest. And like I said, we'll discuss more off of camera.